Chapter 8.8, Transformations. Now, there's a lot of vocabulary in this lesson, so please make sure that you read through it all before we get started. Okay, a transformation of a figure is simply changing the shape, changing the size, or changing the position where it's located. Okay, the new figure is called the image. It's an image of the old one. It's like taking a photograph of the real thing. Translation, moving it. Reflection, line of symmetry from 8.7 plays in here in reflection and line of reflection. And then rotation, turning it. So let's get started with example 1. Is the second figure a translation of the first? So a translation is just a slide. Okay? It can be in any direction, but it's taking a figure and just moving it. So if I have a heart, I'm just moving it somewhere else. I can move it in any direction. Up, I can move it down, I can move it diagonally. Same shape, just moved. Now, these hearts should all be the same size, but you get the idea. So in this first example, I have my original arrow is pointing left, but my blue arrow is pointing right. This is not a slide. This is a rotation. A slide does not change the direction. It doesn't change the shape. It just pushes it. Okay? This example down here, same shape, facing the same direction. So yes, this one is a translation. So remember that a translation is just a slide, pushing it, the same figure in a different direction. Example 2. Draw the line of reflection of figure A over the red line of reflection. So notice this is on graph paper. Graph paper will be very helpful here. So my original shape is shape A. My dashed line of reflection here. So I want to reflect it. Pretend that there's a mirror being held up on the line of reflection. I want to draw what I would see in that mirror. So notice this first point here is 1 unit. Actually, we'll do it this way. This first point here is 1 unit away from my line of reflection. So on the other side, I'm going to draw it 1 unit away from the line of reflection. This unit over here, this is 7 units away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is 7 units from the line of reflection. So I need to draw that next point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points, 7 units from the line of reflection on this side. This one down here, this is 6 units from the line of reflection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to draw it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units from the line of reflection. Once you have your points, then you just connect the dots. And of course, your dots will be nice and straight. Use a ruler if you need to, so that they are much neater and straighter than mine, but you get the idea, okay? So you're going to count distance from that line of reflection and then put the point that many on the other side. Remember, you need to use graph paper for these, okay? That's how they're going to be accurate. You may not use lined paper. Okay, example 3. We've talked about translations, we've talked about reflections, and now let's talk about rotations. Excuse me. So, through how many degrees can you rotate the flower at the left, or down here at the bottom, so that the image and the original flower match? Now remember, a circle is a full 360 degrees. Well, I see that my image, I have 3 flowers I have 3 leaves. Okay, it kind of looks like it's being cut in thirds. Well, 360 divided by 3 is 120 degrees. So if I rotate, let's take this leaf here, and I rotate it 120 degrees, so that the point of that leaf is right where the point of this one is. I've made one rotation of 120 degrees, and my image, the copy, will exactly fit on top of this original. I can rotate it then another 120 degrees. Oh, too far. For a total of 240 degrees. And then I can rotate it the rest of the circle so that it's back to the original, and I've rotated my image all the way around a full 360 degrees. So my answer would be all 3 positions, 120 degrees, because if I rotate it a third of a circle, they match. My answer would also be 240 degrees. If I rotate it another 120 degrees, they match again, and the full 360 degrees. So all 3 of these are part of my answer. Okay? All right, that's it for examples. If you have questions, I will answer them the next time I see you. Go ahead and do your quick checks and CYUs.